All right. Is everyone back?
I am.
I am here.
All I can say is I had a pretty intense 5 minutes. I drank some water and nearly died.
Amazing.
Yep. It's my first time drinking water, actually, and
Pretty scary.
it has scarred me. I don't think I'm ever going to do it again. So
I've realized that I'm not actually proficient in javelins, and I need exactly 1 build point, but I don't have it.
ah, so you're gonna
Oh no,
have
at least I only have half the penalty for not being able to use it.
yeah. That's a good thing. Are you proficient in any ranged weapons?
Throwing daggers and throwing axes.
Did you want to
Oh,
switch it up and take throwing axes
and
instead?
short bow. No, because the throwing axes cost 3 silver each.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's not great.
no. I'm gonna keep with the javelins because they're cheaper, and I can handle the penalty for now. I think it'll be a
You're a
total
barbarian, so you're
of
going to be out in front.
yeah, it'll be a total of a -1 penalty in all. So it's like, oh, well, that's not too bad. So I think that's -1 attack, +1 speed.
So, if since we're all, does anyone want me to move out any of your characters to another spot aside from the extra characters for proteges, or do you want me to move them, or does anyone need any of that?
I don't even know what you're asking.
Like,
Yeah.
like on roll 20 because of where they are. Does anyone want me to move them at all?
Yeah, move them into the main character pool. I'm fine with that.
All right. I'm moving into they're moving up into the main character pool. So I've got Puck, I've got Ivy, I've got Tuss, and Riverwalker. All right, you guys have all been moved up into the main character pool. On this map, we are all going to start in the town of Vamzahni. You guys are in Vamzahni, so here, let me scroll up right there. I'm just going to look at this for the second, just before I swip over to the map for Vamzahni, and then we'll talk about Vamzahni. So that's where you guys are. A little north of it, most of them on the same river is Hoven, just a little bit farther north. This is in territory that is currently unclaimed by any of the great houses that are warring over Zahini or Zazahini. So a little bit of background for the other players and for Aaron, since you're new to this. Let's go to the world map. This is Sphimosia used to be an entire empire ruled by humans from the country of Mez-Namish. Long story short, the empire collapsed into a bunch of city-states. There's Mez-Namish, Zazahini, Ozvinmish, and Aznoman. Zazahini had took the worst end of the stick, as they had an emperor, they had a king for a little bit of time, but then when he died, I think he either had no kids or no direct heir. And so all the great houses started fighting for the rulership of this empire. And for the last 54 years, that civil war has been going on. I think they've had 5 different kings that have all risen for a few years and then fallen. But at the moment, it's just a bunch of great houses that are warring between each other. In our little town that we're starting in Vamzahni, there's no actual great house that rules it. It's kind of one of these either places that is neutral or is like maybe bouncing around in loyalties as whatever army is marching by at the time. So let's scoot on over to the actual town map. So this is the town of, let me add the name to it, Vamzahni. I'll write this in text at the very top, or in the comments. I'll write it. Is that, I'll make it bigger. Right there. Everyone see that?
Yes.
All right, so this is the little town of Vamzahni, and we'll say that Puck, you have been you have a good friend in this town by the name of Rissa, Ryssi. And she's a lovely little woman that lives in this town that likes to visit the nearby woods. And while she was there, she found Puck, and that's I mean, she just found you in the woods there, and she started chit chatting with you, and you became fast friends. And she's coming in to show you the town of Vamzahni. And so Puck, let's take out your little character here. You're about here moving up this road. She's walked you through this town, and she's kind of pointing out all the different people that she knows. And she's and she's a very talkative girl. And so she seems to just be introducing you to every single person that she sees. At the same time, Tuss, we've got you right there. Tuss, Riverwalker, and Ivy Moonflower. Do you have a picture of anyone that you want to be your token?
I can find one if you like, but
Yeah.
let's see.
If you find one that you like, just let me know. I mean, you could upload it onto your character, or you
Okay.
can send it in the chat, and I can figure it out, or one of us can. Whatever makes it easy for you.
Okay.
You three, Ivy, Tuss, and Riverwalker, you guys have been in this town maybe for a day or so, or some amount of time. You've been in this town. Maybe you're even just walking through, but you have some familiarity with this area. And you guys are just across this bridge right here. When you see, I mean, this Rissa is someone that, just like she's done to Puck, every time she runs into anyone, she just becomes instant friends with them, pours out her life story, and wants to tell them everything. So you have some familiarity with Rissa, and she walks up and she goes, "Oh my goodness, some of my favorite people in the whole world, Tuss, Riverwalker, and Ivy. Oh, Ivy, you look. I don't know what you did with your hair today, but it's beautiful."
Oh,
Just
remind me,
gotta
like,
say.
how old is she?
She is
78.
78. Let me double check.
All right,
Um,
but old. Okay, so I definitely probably would grade her. It's like, it's good to see you again. I remember fondly when I was much shorter visiting here.
oh, yes, I remember you were much shorter. You grow up so quickly. How have you been?
Alive, a little hungry, I suppose. I
Oh,
made some new
great.
friends though.
Well, have you? Do you see this little thing over here?
I
I've
do. It's very small.
I've never seen one in my whole life. Why? Well, now I have. What was your name again? Luck, Rock. What was it? Uh,
Fuck.
well, this is my friend, the fairy. Uh, what
Oh.
what all are you doing? What are you all doing?
Well, I failed a hunting trip lately, so now nothing.
Oh, that's
The day is
that's
free.
unfortunate. Did you see any good game, or did you get close? I see you've got those nice javelins, huh? My son used to use javelins. Oh,
I'm afraid there's just too many people in the area. Not a single thing to be found.
oh, perfect. So we've got a picture for Ivy.
Wonderful.
Well, I came to see all of the beautiful woods and flowers and things.
There
Oh,
were
well,
plenty flowers.
you came to the right spot. You came to the right spot. There's tons of flowers, and she looks up, and it's a little bit overcast. You know what they say about May showers bring spring flowers. Or how does it go?
Well, there's really only two seasons here. Hot and dry, and wet and dry.
Ah, true, and both of the seasons gets my bones aching. Well, I really should be off to the keep. I've got important messages to keep, and I don't want any of you keeping me delayed. You always slow my trips down. This is an important message to deliver too.
Well, I'll slow you down some other time, maybe.
And she excuses herself, and maybe you even watch her depart, and she maybe makes it 10, 15 feet before she's ran into someone else that she's talking to. That, I mean, you guys are right here, and there's another house just down the road, and she's maybe made it there
She
before
actually
she's chit-chatting
swerves
with the
to it
person
and knocks on the
porch.
door.
Really, really important message that she seems to be delivering.
Oh yeah, utmost haste as always.
So, to give you a little bit about Vamzahni, just as a general town, it's a small little town alongside the river with a keep right on the edge of the water. It's a smaller town. It's got maybe 300 to 500 people in it in total. It's got a large common area, which you see that's dominating most of the map. That's where
Mhm.
they every once in a while have tournaments. But the reason why that's not very often. But the main thing that this village has, its claim to fame, is its ulsters. So it's got really good horses. They train and break horses really well, and so that's why they have such a large common area, just because they
Mhm.
do a lot of horse training. You guys have walked up to here, and you're standing by this main bridge on the main road. So on to the this is kind of skewed to the map that we have. So this river actually runs north south, and so to the south you've got the river road, which they call the Yalen Trail, and then the river road continues to the north, and they call that the Cowlern Road. You guys are kind of on the main bridge. To the south of you, there's two women washing clothes on the river. One is rinsing clothes in the stream, and the other is wringing them out on different posts set on the edge of the stream. Uh, you notice both of them while they're working. Well, actually, this would now be a good time to test out a skill roll. So everyone roll observation checks. So
Oh boy.
everyone for Aaron, what you're going to want to do is you're going to go to your skills. You're going to make sure the opposed button is not checked, and then you're going to go hit observation.
And then I just
Remember,
press
everyone
check.
is going to have just hit the check button. Everyone has a base observation score equal to your wisdom. So Puck, you actually have
12.
a 12. So this is an average check. So within 40% of your skill. So Riverwalker was within 40% of 17, so he needed to roll a 57 or lower. He did. He succeeded in average. Puck, you had a 12, so you needed to be under a 52, so you did not pass. Tuss passed, and Ivy passed. So Tuss, Ivy, and River, you're kind of standing here after Rissy left, and you're noticing that these women, while they're working next to the river, they're casting anxious glances up at the sky and the growing kind of dark clouds above you. So that's happening by the side of the river. In addition to this, you're noticing that there's a great deal of activity taking place on the main commons. You see what looks like about 8 different wagons, 6 of them covered, are being moved into positions just around this common area, and there's several people working around and like unpacking these wagons. And there's a large man, at least 6.5 feet tall. You can see it from here. That seems to be directing the whole operation. What do you all want to do?
Well,
Well,
little fairy. We're all out of hunting, and I don't have money because we came back with nothing.
it's not even a really good day for flower sighting.
But there is something interesting over there if you've come to see interesting things.
It's always a good day for flower sighting.
I mean, yeah. It's better when it's sunny, though.
It's better when it's raining.
Well, it looks like it might soon.
I do hope.
If anyone has the weather sense roll, the
Mhm.
weather sense skill, you could roll that, and that would give you more information about the upcoming weather.
The town's weatherman.
I
Yeah.
do not.
No worries. So, I mean, you guys all have enough to look up, and like you can tell the active weather, but you don't really know much about predicting weather.
It definitely seems as if it'll rain soon. Well, I think I'll go watch this person get all of his carts wet. And, I'll actually go ahead and start walking towards the field.
Sure.
All right.
Oh, is
You're
that
walking towards the
you?
field?
That's not who I thought, given the tone of voice you were talking with. I thought you were the Lord of the Rings guy, despite the whole Carl
Oh,
Urban
nope.
talk that we had.
So you're making your way towards the field. All right. So you're going towards the field, and you're kind of watching them start to slowly unpack these these wagons. There's a number of them. From all appearances, it looks like there's some sort of circus being set up in the Jedis Common. And as you're making your way towards this commons to look at the circus, it does in fact start to rain, and it's not just a rain, but it's a downpour. It like at first there's a few sprinkles, and then as you're, I mean, maybe before you can even recognize that it's starting to sprinkle, it is pouring down rain. Svimozia has similar to almost monsoon-like weather sometimes, and so in this case, it just the shower has been turned on, and you guys are all getting rained on.
Yep, I'm gonna say I'm probably just pretty used to this, and maybe even had, because I noticed it, maybe had just the foresight that as I'm getting there, as it is happening, I'm just moving underneath one of the covered wagons.
So you're actually going to try to get into one of these covered wagons that they're unpacking.
Yeah, sure. I'll just hop in and sit down.
All right. What about the rest of you? You see that this you're human, right?
Yes.
So you see he's just going. He just heads straight. He gets a few rain, and he just heads straight towards uh, the circus's tents, and he looks like he's going to hop onto a cart. What would Ivy like to do?
I will kind of like run up and like ask if I can talk to the circus master or whatever he is, and ask like, oh, I see it's starting to rain. It may mess up your plans. Do you need any help?
Okay, so you run up to it. It looks like that big 6.5 foot burly man is the one kind of running the show. Is that who you're going to
Yeah.
run up and? Yeah.
Yes.
You see, he's like I said, about 6.5, probably easily bigger than any one of your party members in both height and girth.
That's true.
He's got a salt and pepper beard, and he doesn't quite look Svimosish. So he does have a little bit of a tan going on just from being in this area, but he's got a more of an olivey skin, like he might be Calamarin.
Okay.
But you run up and ask him that. He well, we know how to unpack this. Uh, um, if Pretty Lady would like cover, we have wagons. You could shelter under them.
Thank you. Yes, yes, very much, and I'll do that. Yeah.
Oh, of course. He's got a very traditional strongman look. So he's got his
Yeah.
bald head. He's got a salt and pepper beard, and then a twirling mustache above his upper lip. Yeah, yes. We can handle this all. Uh, he
Thank
also
you very much.
sees you, Riverwalker, making your way into one of the carts. Stop! Who are you? What are you doing?
What language is he talking? He's actually speaking Samosish, right?
Svimosish. It's a little
Okay.
poor Svimosish. It looks like it's definitely a second tongue, but he is speaking Svimosish.
Yeah, so I'll probably say in merchant like worker strong, and then like go back to Samovish and say it's like I'll just be dry here for a moment. Maybe I could help you unload, and I'll just sit in the cart anyway. I'm not touching anything.
Yeah, he
I make it pretty clear I
like,
don't care about touching anything.
he kind of like puzzles. He sees that you two are kind of at least somewhat together, and he kind of bites his upper lip and sees the rain, and he decides to just ignore you. And like
Yeah.
you see him kind of get distracted by someone else unpacking a wagon, and he starts barking orders. Hey, no, over there, move, no. Rondaman would be so mad. Will you set it up there? Oh, it'll completely block the flow through this area. Stop.
It's all getting wet. Quick, put it back. Yeah.
What are you doing there, Dennis? Or
So Tuss is just
Tuss.
watching everything with a particular interest on just watching the Pixie Fairy because
Alright.
Tuss has never seen a Pixie Fairy before.
And are you standing in
he's
the
just-
rain, or are you also trying
Yeah,
to take cover under
just
these
standing in the
wagons?
rain.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm pretty dumb, and yeah, so I'm just standing in the rain,
Alright, so
looking at everything happening.
So you guys are all huddled pretty tight together under the cover from this wagon. It's just pouring down rain. What are you guys doing? You see some of the people around you. Some of the circus folk are working through the rain, but other people are mainly just kind of. Or some people are finding cover while others are still working through it.
Mm-hmm.
So Tuss wants to walk up to the guy that's like shouting and just say to the guy, Tuss help. Let Tuss help.
You certainly look like a strong man. What can you do, huh?
I can do a better job at lifting all that stuff off the cart. Tell Tuss where you want it.
Um, well, I don't want to really unload anything from the cart in the rain. If you're looking for shelter, you can sit under the wagons, but the circus is closed. We tomorrow there'll be a great show, best show you've ever seen. I can promise you that. But I can't reveal anything inside any of those boxes. So take cover if you like. But that's it, huh? No peeking.
Okay. And he snarls and gets really close to the guy's ear and says, "Covers for weaklings."
He
Weak
even
but
though he's
dry.
this real big man, he actually kind of like shrinks away from you a little bit, and he kind of, oh, of course, yes, right, uh, uh, Korako, and he calls over a flamboyantly dressed man who's who looks like a classic jester, and he kind of leans down and, that cart there. Make sure there's nothing those folks couldn't mess with in there, would you? Yeah. Keep up the good work. And the guy, like, I mean, he's just got a stick and hoop in one hand. He was clearly doing no work whatsoever in this rain, and he rolls it all over into the cart and hops up on one of the boxes. No talking, is what he says to you guys.
I do exactly that.
Tuss-
I just zip my lips.
I shrug my shoulders and just kind of snarl a little bit.
He twiddles his thumbs and he like looks out into the rain. Bird! Bird!
And when I look, do I see birds where he's pointing?
Yeah, he's just pointing at the birds that are kind
Okay.
of flitting through the rain.
Okay.
Oh man, you guys are boring. Why aren't any of you talking?
Well, you said no talking.
Did I? I meant no peeking, no looking. These boxes are very secret. Secrets. Secrets make friends. What are your secrets?
I don't have any secrets. I'm an open book. What are your secrets?
I've never met a book before. How I can I read you? I He like grabs your shoulder, Riverwalker. I don't know how to read.
It's okay. It's
I
okay.
put my hand on my chest in sympathy and just nod.
What does
I-
the book say?
Oh no, it was a turn of phrase. It was a metaphor or uh, whatever you want to call it. It means I don't keep secrets. I don't really like secrets.
I call it Willie.
Call what, Willie?
Oh, you said I could call it whatever I want. Willie.
Okay. So, you said you want us to be friends, right?
Friends. Friends. Huh? What do you think? Does my friend... Did you get wet at all?
Yeah, probably when I was running through the rain.
Ah, friends need handkerchiefs. 1 second. Pulls out a red one. It's connected to an orange one. Ah,
Okay.
1 second. Oh. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Whoosh. At the very end, there's a bouquet of flowers.
Oh,
Ah.
I
Will
kind
this
of
dry
gulped
you off?
River Walker will like take exactly one flower and then hand it over to Puck. I wonder if Puck can even hold a single flower.
Yeah, I was gonna say it might just make them fall.
This. What do you think,
How
Theta?
strong are you there, Theta? With you got a strength of 1, right? Theta?
Theta, you there? Uh-oh.
Hello? Can you hear us?
I don't think I could.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Oh,
I've
you're
tried
coming
to
in real
hand you a
quiet.
flower from a bouquet.
I'm sorry,
And I'm
say it one
wondering-
more time for me. I don't think. I guess it was a dead air on my end.
Okay, we were, a magic trick has happened. I have tried to hand you a single flower from a bouquet, and I'm wondering if you can even carry that.
Well, I mean, I have a strength of 4.
Oh,
strength
4?
of 4. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, so he can carry 6 pounds with no encumbrance. So you watch yourself.
Wow.
Yeah, look who you're
That's
mocking.
incredible for that amount of body weight. For 22 pounds to be able to carry 6 pounds, that's like very impressive.
I mean, ants
Yeah,
would
that-
have something to say against that.
I mean, that's still impressive though. And
Yeah.
looks like you can carry with heavy encumbrance like 36 pounds. So that's
Cool. I can
That's-
start
that's
kidnapping
pretty
babies.
Babies and cats, right?
Beware, townsfolk, and your open window policy.
So you look over and the baby and your fairy is like burdened down by a cat and a baby. I had these the whole time.
Look, I just saying, be mindful of which folklore you base your fairies on.
Mm-hmm.
That's very true.
Yep,
I
so
do.
I've given you a single flower as part of my complete silence routine.
Thank you. I guess I'll start twining it up into like a head wreath.
Ooh.
All right. He just kind of twiddles his thumb. This fool. He's like whistling and looking out at the rain.
Yeah, I'll
you
like
guys
tap
have
his shoulder
stopped
and then
him.
I'll tap to my mouth.
He leans in. Going in to kiss you.
Slightly push him away.
He looks confused. What? I don't understand.
I think
I love you.
Oh.
He just goes back to smiling and like looking out into the rain. So
How big is he?
time is slowly passing. It's probably been
Yeah.
10, 15 minutes and the rain is still coming down. If you guys are just sitting under here, the rain lasts for in total about 60 minutes before it starts slowly trailing off, and the fool kind of jumps up onto the wagon and like sticks a hand out and to feel the rain. He doesn't feel anything, and he goes, "All right, fly away, little birdies."
Well, I guess now's the time to actually talk about employment then.
Ah, the circus will be open tomorrow.
Well, I'm here now, and I have muscles.
Ah, very nice muscles. And he like grabs your hand and he's like feeling your hand. So strong.
Yeah,
Ooh.
1756.
Yeah, you notice he's not grabbing like your biceps or anything. He's grabbing like he grabs like your neck and he's like, "Ooh, so strong.
Yeah,
Very
don't
strong.
even flinch to
Strongest
that
man."
or anything.
You could.
But he points towards the big guy you guys had talked to. He's strong too. I'm just a fool.
Well,
Well,
do
if he
you
has any
only-
more boxes he needs unloaded.
Yeah, do you only need strong people?
Ah, no. Korako needs many people to assist him in his act.
What is his act?
It sounds perfect for you.
His act is one of much serious debate, one of the classiest of entertainers, one that will marvel and entertain the entire village. Would you like to meet him?
Classy and entertaining. That doesn't sound like
Um,
me at all.
I would like to meet him. Sure.
Ah, 1 second. Hello! I am the marvelous Korako, from across the seas, from across the mountains. Hello. I'm heard
Hello?
you're looking for work.
Yes. What kind of assistance are you looking for?
And all four of you looking for work?
I would like money.
Ah, delightful. Let us see how you square up. A line, please. Form a line.
And of course, I'll stand up and I'll start forming the head of the line here.
Mhm.
I'll stand
No,
in line
turn
as
towards
well.
me. All of you need a line facing me, if you please.
Slow turn.
He like
Mhm.
walks around to the other side. I said facing me. You fools! Who's the real fool here?
I
I
turn
think that's
around.
still you.
Ah, there you go. Perfect. 1 second. Turn the other way. Don't look at me. I need to grab something from this wagon. He like waits till all of you turns around again. He hurries over to the wagon. You can hear him kind of rummaging around.
Mhm.
And he walks back over to you, and he's got both his hands behind his back, and he walks around to the front of you. Gets real close, and he's like eyeing you up and down. We'll say this is to Puck. Are you getting in the line?
I'll be flying around it.
Okay. So I'll say 1 is Griffin, 2 is Aaron, and 3 is Dennis. So
Who gets
he
poisoned?
walks right up to you, Dennis. He eyes you up and down. He gets real close. He steps back and he pulls out one of his hands, and he's got a pie in it. And he goes, perfect height. And he goes to smash a pie in your face. Are you going to do anything there? Cannot Tuck.
How
Tusk.
how big is he?
He
How
is
big?
probably 5'3", and he's kind of he's an older man. He's maybe in his 50s, with wildly curly black hair.
Do I see his hand coming?
Yes, I mean woo! He's like, I mean, he's making
Can I-
sounds, he's hooting, he's hollering. It looks he's very telegraphed.
I want to direct. Can I direct his hand to the person next to me?
Yeah, you could certainly do that. I'll roll a 1d2 for who's next to you. 2 being Ivy, 1 being Griffin. Or the person next to you is going to be Riverwalker.
Okay. I want to direct the pie to Riverwalker.
All right, so Riverwalker, you see him and really wheeling and pulling back and like throwing his hand forward, and Tuss is like moving his arm like to try to hit you.
Riverwalker does absolutely nothing in response, and will take and will have a stone cold face as he takes a pie to it.
So he smashes the pie into your face.
Tuss falls on the ground laughing.
And he smiles and he sees you laughing on the ground. And he goes, yes. And he looks at you, Riverwalker.
Riverwalker just like slowly moving his tongue like around his lips and is like, delicious.
No, you will not do. You are not out for this serious line of work. You, sir, are a charlatan and a fool. I want you out of my sight immediately. And he closes his eyes. Perfect.
Ah, what a shame. And I'll slowly spin him around to 180 degrees.
Now, where is the last one of you? And he's got another pie behind his hand, or behind his back, and he's like, Am I close? Am I close? And he's just
Warmer?
walking and
Warmer.
Towards the circus master.
Hey, he's
And
getting warmer and
fire.
warmer, and he goes, I've got you. And he leaps up and he swipes out in the air and brings it back and hits himself in the face and does a whole little like a big explosion and lays on the ground like he's stunned. And you can hear him like doing bird calls, like there's some sort of canary flying in the air.
It would almost work, but the local bird calls are not.
Do you actually know bird calls? That's amazing.
I know hunting. And no, I don't.
Oh.
I'm just making stuff up.
So he is laying there on the ground, and he's still laying there.
And I go to help him up.
You killed
He's
him.
just limp noodle.
How could you?
And Tuss is just laughing his ass off.
You get him like kind of halfway up, and he goes, "Oh, thank you," and he rubs his face in your your hip or your side and wipes off the pie. Well, you might be a good assistant, and so might that fellow laying on the ground, but you, pointing at Riverwalker, you'll never do.
Well, I bet he would. I bet he would. I bet he would improve by tomorrow if you gave him a chance.
I haven't improved in 18 years on this front. I think that might need a miracle.
I will pay you to join my act. Everything in my pockets.
They are pretty deep pockets. This might be a good deal for you.
He has nothing in his pockets.
Yeah.
He's got his hands in his pockets.
He's gonna give you his hands?
So what would you guys like to do?
That would be
While you guys are talking, you guys are having this whole scene with the fool. Puck, you've been flying around and kind of looking around, watching this scene. You see, while the people in the circus that were taking cover have slowly started emerging and started to do various amounts of things, setting up again. you notice that there's another man making his way across the commons from the kind of northern side towards the keep and the main village proper. He looks like he's about maybe middle aged, on the younger side of middle aged. He's wearing what looks like studded leather with a little bit of chain here and there. And he's got a weapon at his side as well, a sword just at the hip. I mean, he's making his way. It doesn't look like he's making his way towards the guy directing the circus, but it looks like he's actually making his way towards you and the fool.
Okay.
And is this anyone we recognize?
Maybe being around the town just a little bit, you might know, or you might have heard of him. This looks like one of the sergeant of arms from this town. So one of the sheriffs, one of the city guards or town guards. Maybe one step below the sheriff of the town.
Okay.
So he makes his way straight towards you guys, and he keeps an eye. He like kind of looks, takes you all in, and he goes, I heard there were some other folks with armed fellows in town. Well, and ma'ams, pleasure to meet you. I am Straken Ornet. What brings? What are you all with the circus as well? I don't remember seeing you.
No, I'm a local. I remembered your name. Don't you work in the castle?
Yes, I do. Aren't you that hunter fellow lives on the out in the boonies?
Well, I've chosen to move a little bit more west recently.
Oh, well, welcome as always to Vamzahni.
I'm always grateful.
And I
And
just travel
yeah.
all around looking at nature and, seeing what there is to see.
Well, welcome. Welcome then. There's certainly some nature here. It's not my my cup of tea, but there's certainly the woods and the marsh on the other side of the river. If you dare travel there.
Oh, dare. Is it dangerous?
Well, it's certainly not patrolled by us. So there
It's
are.
also dangerous if you can't swim.
That is true, but there are dangers. There's a lot of rumors, but I tend to avoid rumors.
Well, there's always something interesting being said.
And what about you? You darting around? Is that a fairy? Is that a pixie fairy?
Yes, that's me.
I have only but seen a handful of your kind.
Well, many of us can fit in one hand.
That is certainly true. What brings you to Vamzahni?
Adventure.
Oh, well, what even qualifies as adventure for such a small fellow?
I like flowers.
Well, you seem to have found yourselves in a good company then with this elf. Are you all with the half orc?
He's been fun to have around.
They're with me. I'm not with them.
He seems of good disposition so far, anyway.
Despite that last thing
Well-
he just said.
What? He laughed at the pies. I think he's a good person.
That's certainly true. I did see him. What was that? Laughing, rolling on the ground, laughing.
Yes, it was very cute.
If I knew my letters, I could make a catchy acronym with that.
Rufflamau, as I believe they say in the north.
Ah, yes, the strange Calamaran tongue. I do not speak Calamaran myself.
Yes, the fishermen, they speak it. They net speak, they say.
Oh, and you said this is Rufflau?
Rufflamau.
Am I pronouncing it right?
I wouldn't know.
Hmm.
I've traveled
Well.
only 20 feet today.
I will certainly have to study my books, and maybe I too can go a netting, as they speak. Maybe even surf with them. Surf with the netters.
Oh no, never surf. That's a thing for arachnids.
Oh,
Surfing webs. Only spiders do that.
well,
I still recommend hunting over fishing myself. Of course, you're always free to join me. But you have other business today, don't you?
Yes. I heard there were some extra travelers in town, and well, we could use an extra hander here at the keep, and if you weren't doing anything, then certainly with the circus in town, if you could use some extra coin, then we could use an extra hand or two.
That's good.
If,
I was just
if
about to
that's
ask
something
you.
you're interested in.
There's not always a lot of people here, but I imagine this will bring more. I'm
Yes,
always glad to help.
the town criers have gone out to all the nearby towns. It should be a rather busy day, but I can't handle the hiring myself. But if you'd like to come to the keep, I'm sure we could sort something out.
Sure, what kind of help are you looking for? I'm not very strong,
Let's go
but
to the
I
keep.
have other skills.
Well, hopefully they shouldn't have to come to any
It's watch
any
duty.
feats
You've
of
done
arms.
watch
Yes.
duty before, haven't you?
No.
Well, all you have to do is walk around, appear a little bit intimidating, and if someone appears a little bit too drunk, you take them off to the side and tell them to sit down and mind their business for a bit.
Oh, I could
Yes.
probably do that. I'm not very intimidating.
It's the simplest of jobs. Even I can do it well.
I mainly need you to keep an eye out for hooligans and for thieves and charlatans. We don't expect any sort of trouble that you'll need weapons, but we mainly just want to keep order and make sure there are any
Right. You
thieves
want
trying to
one
take advantage of the
that
good
looks
folks.
scary, but you don't have to use it.
Yes, exactly.
I have an extra one here if you really need it.
Well, to the keep then. I personally
Yes.
cannot hire you, but I can at least put in a good word for you if you don't mind.
Sure.
I'm always ready for a bit more work. What about you, Mr. Giggling Orc?
Let's go.
That was a very convincing laugh, Dennis.
Adventure Puck?
So
I'm kind of bored now. Short attention span.
that makes sense.
Not Dennis, but Tuss.
Yeah, I get that.
Okay.
So he starts leading you guys towards the keep itself. And am I hearing everyone's following?
Seems to be
Yeah.
the case.
So the keep is an impressive building. It's taller by far than any of the other buildings in this entire area. The castle yard is deserted as you guys hurry towards the castle, and you see that the drawbridge is down and the gates are open. There's a rather heavily built guard that, as you approach, you can make out she's actually a woman in her early 20s. And when she steps out to confront you, she starts with a "State your Strachan, uh, no worries," and she steps out of the way quickly, and the Strachan just leads you immediately in.
Good to see you again. I'll just wave to her as I pass by.
She nods. Her name, for those people that do know her, is Lilith.
Yeah. Lilith, same age as me, better job.
And she's given you quite the, ever since you guys have growing up similar spots, or at least recently you've even arm wrestled, and she is almost almost just as strong as you. You've probably have a little bit of edge on some of these contests, but she's definitely giving you a run for your money.
Yeah.
Across this drawbridge, you pass through a pair of thick iron-bound oak doors through the keep walls, noticing that the keep walls are over 12 feet thick, and through a second door. This small hall that you're in is about 20 feet square and is completely unfurnished. you see there are 3 different doors, and an arch on the 4th wall leads to some stone stairs that go up into this keep. Strachan turns and he goes, "Wait here. I will check in to make sure that the constable will see you. I shouldn't be just a moment. I leave you in the capable hands of Doran." And there's a single guard waiting here in this room. He claps him on the back. He'll take care of you for the next few minutes, and I will go see to the constable. I'll be right back. And is that okay for you all?
Of course.
Yes.
Great.
Dora knows how to keep us amused for a minute.
Momentarily. I'll be right back. And so he starts heading across the hall and up those stone stairs through the archway. Doran is, he's a nice looking fellow. Maybe just a little bit slow, but just a village boy who's grown up in the town, and
They finally gave you that pay raise when they escalated you. Gave you the promotion.
Well, it's still coming, but I did get this watch duty, which is it's better than being out in the rain.
True.
You need to be assertive if you want to raise. They won't just give it to you. You have to ask for it.
Well, he's
That's
escalated
right.
from a child to an actual position. I guess they're taking their time.
Assertive indeed. I'll take your weapons now. Hand them over. Everything but daggers. I'll take your weapons. You can't take weapons to the constable. How was that? Was that assertive? What do you think? Too much? Too little?
I think
Overstepping my
maybe don't put your chest out. You just want to square your shoulders.
Squared shoulders?
Yes.
Yes.
There you
I'll
go.
take your weapons now.
I am intimidated. You've done so. I will now acquiesce to your authority, and I'll go ahead and hand over my weapons.
He'll
The
Yeah, he'll
axe,
take-
the other axe, the javelins.
he'll take anything that's bigger than a knife or a dagger. If anyone had like a sling, he'd probably leave that. But he just kind of piles it. These will be here when you go. We'll just hold them in the guard room.
Yes, hold on to them as long as you can, Dorian.
My bow is technically smaller than a dagger, so
He'll probably ask to he'll kind of look at you and your bow, I guess.
what bow?
I guess he holds up a dagger and he holds it up next to you.
He's coming right for me!
I think you can keep all of your weapons. It's all right. It's almost the same size as you. Using my authority, you may keep your weapons. Small fellow fairy person.
Puck.
Yes, Puck. Yes, you
What's
may
up?
keep your weapons.
What do you want, Walker?
Oh, I was just telling him your name.
Oh, I thought you were calling on me.
Is anyone trying to withhold or hide any weapons?
No, I have a dagger, but I give him my short bow and quivers and arrows.
He handles them all competently. He's not tossing them around or mistreating any of them. Once he takes it, he emerges back into this kind of common room that you're in, and just kind of resumes. You notice that now that Strachan isn't in the room, he kind of leans back against the wall, and he's kind of relaxing on what looks like maybe a guard duty. Would you guys like to do anything while you wait?
Nope, just patiently wait. Maybe look out the window, something like that.
All right. So a little bit of time passes. Not much time, maybe five or so minutes, and Strachan reappears, and he waves you in. Come on in. The constable will see you now.
Okay.
So the staircase leads up through what must be the western wall of the keep, and at the top is an archway that leads into the western corner of the Great Hall. The Great Hall is over 40 feet wide and almost 60 feet long. It's cool. It's hardly warmer than the temperature outside, And the real only ornamentation at the moment is several long tables at the far end of the hall next to 3 windows in what looks like a semicircular wall. So most likely
Mhm.
you are on the far end of the keep that either overlooks the river.
Very nice view.
You see at the moment that behind these 3 tables are 3 middle-aged men and an older woman sitting at this table. Standing opposite them is a portly middle-aged man with a long gray beard. He's currently dressed in a bright scarlet cloak trimmed with yellow and embroidered with yellow stars. Even though you're across the hall from him, you can still make out some of the words he's saying as his words seem to project and fill the entire hall. And from here, you can even see as he makes several gestures with his arms. He seems to be a very flamboyant talker. From here, it seems like it's mainly mundane things that he's saying, but it seems to be you're catching words here or there. If anyone would like to, you could do a listening check to try to pick up more of what he's saying.
Sure, I will.
Yeah, this is an average check, so within 40 of your skill.
And I do this thing where I think I've rolled amazing and then realize somebody else has rolled that check. I did
So-
horrible.
Ivy, you did great. Riverwalker, you did great. And Puck,
I'm
has
distracted by
earplugs in.
life.
You're just happy to be here.
Life is so good, man. Have you seen the air? This air, man.
You can't avoid it. It's like
Everywhere.
it's everywhere.
It could be that, or it could also be the fact that Tuss might be talking to you right in your ear, real close in your face, and so that's why he's not listening as well. But for
What kind of
Riverwalker and
fairy are
Ivy, you guys are hearing. It seems to be entirely talk about the circus. He seems to be describing several aspects of their acts. We have a strong man, but he will take care. He doesn't do anything dangerous. The most dangerous things we might have is we have a knife thrower, but he is very experienced, and a trained bear. But it is trained, I will tell you, very trained. But we've sent word all over, and we expect about a crowd. It mainly seems to be logistical things he's going over.
Mhm.
Ah, delightful. At the very end, they seem to be kind of wrapping up. Why, of course, we will pay you our fee for using your common fields, like we agreed on, 20% of our profits. Ah, yes, delightful. And any damages, should it come to that? Oh, good, yes. So as he's kind of coming to the end of it, you see him shake hands with the several folks and give several low bows before he turns with a flourish, his cape twirling behind him, and begins walking past you. As he sees you guys at the very entrance to the top of the stairs, and he walks up and he gives another low bow and smiles broadly. Greetings! I am Rondoman the Red, illusionist, prestidigitator, and purveyor of wonders collected from across all of Tilene. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your wives, tell your lovers, but not at the same time. Tell everyone. Rondoman Circus and Menagerie will be open for business tomorrow. I hope to see you all there.
I hope only tricks and deceptions, not true magic.
Ah, well, come tomorrow and you shall see. Now, lead
Perhaps I
on.
won't.
Have a good meeting, good fellows. And he proceeds
Good
down
day.
the stairs. So, you guys, Strachan then kind of nods to you guys. We can speak to the constable now. Onwards.
Yes, indeed.
So we have 5 minutes left. So now would probably be a good time to pause as you guys proceed across the Great Hall to talk to the constable. What normally happens, so with Hackmaster, is there's two different types of way that you earn experience points. One of them is from the traditional hack and slash killing monsters, and the other is from story awards. Roughly half your experience should come from story awards, and half of them should be coming from monstrous encounters. So that's just how it generally shakes down. You guys didn't fight anything, so you guys didn't get any experience from that, and you guys haven't achieved any of the current story awards. So for right now, there's no experience points to be given out. You gain honor at the end of every level up, or at the beginning of next level up. So you guys have created your characters. All between now and next week, if you have anything that you'd like to talk to me about your character, I'll run through your character sheets. Checking to make sure everything's up to snuff. The one thing these guys know about it, but Aaron, between now and or at any point in time, you can write a backstory of over 1,000 words or more. It can be in any form you want. I've seen people write journals and even just short stories. Basically, if it just gives me an insight into your character, maybe explain some of your quirks and flaws, and if you have anything, if there's you're running from the law or whatever you want to add into it, you can add that. And if you do that backstory of 1,000 words, you'll get 401 experience points, which will take you up to second level.
Great.
All right. Thanks for joining us. We had a lot of fun. Let us know out there if you like this new layout for Hackmaster. We're trying out new things. We might modify it again for next week, depending on how Theta feels. We'll see. Thank you for watching. Thank you for playing. See you later.